Okay, so just going to do a quick little video review on these boots that I've had for a while now. Quite a few of you asking about the status or condition of these boots, and I've got 3 sets now, as you see here, all in various stages of use. Basically I just start off with like the original pair that I've had. These ones, as you can see, quite worn down, and some of the toe cap is starting to bust the seam. The sole is pretty worn, but I have to keep in mind that these boots are being worn as a daily for probably the last 12 months, and just tie them up pretty loosely and just slip them on and off, so they've been neglected, but they're sort of holding up pretty well per se. Definitely buggered now though, and aren't waterproof, but they're a pretty hardy sole still, so it works alright just for as a daily boot. Then we'll move on here just for a quick look at what a new Quest boot will look like. I got this one just for $100 off Marketplace, and I think if you're able to snag a deal on Marketplace every now and then, these boots are pretty good just for a day stalk and sort of hunting and or daily use, or run around in the farm or whatever. I find them a pretty fitting boot. They're nice and light, and a lot of flex per se, and quite comfy, especially as you just know I change out that inner sole. But this is what the grip sort of looks like when they're new compared to that older boot, and as you see here, most of the toe cap and stitching is all still intact, and these boots are actually still quite waterproof. The Gore-Tex membrane hasn't broken. Then the next boot here we've got is the Quest 4 GTX, and that model is quite a bit more expensive than these other Quest models. It does have a slightly different internal frame, the sole's a lot stiffer, and it's one of the boots that I use all the time for backpack hunts and sort of any hunt that's in a decent bit of terrain, steep stuff, rocky stuff. It's definitely a step up over the Quest boot, but I think they're still about $350. And this is like the 2nd or 3rd year I reckon I'm getting out of them. But again, I'm not using them as a daily, I am only using them for backpacker or hunting. So they're not seeing near as much use, but all the toe cap is still in pretty good nick. The black brits have got into them a bit, and the sole has worn down just a little, but keep in mind all that rock climbing and walking around is going to take a little bit of a toll on these boots. I am probably tossing up with going for a next step up in terms of a crispy boot and try the longevity of that see how that goes. But yeah, I think the trick to these Salomon boots is finding a set for a good price to start with, and as long as you're not wearing them as a daily, I think you're definitely going to get 12 months and more like 2 years out of them. And if you're only hunting fairly often, or not quite that often, you could see 3 years easy out of these sort of boots. But anyway, that's just my quick little update on where I'm at with these Salomons and how they're performing. Overall, I think they have been great, and like I said, I think the Quest 4 model is a better boot to do backpack hunts with, carry the weight and stiffer sole. Anyway, cheers for watching. Hooroo.